Alright, I'm just gonna run down some quick castle machinery, just goofy stuff that you can do with clipping. Not gonna be too long, probably, I don't even know. Alright, so first things first, with the green gem, what we can do is just come up here, grab all these lives, and then right after this blue coil, we just walk into the foreground as if we were doing the safe strat for heavy machinery. Just walk along here. The only practical application of this that is known is to just be able to exit the level real quick. But there is a little bit more we can do with it. So we come over here again. And then we just kind of walk along here. Can land here, here. And there's not much else we can do over here. We fall in the foreground, we just die. Like that. If we try it again, there's a little more I can show off. You can stand here, you can't really move around too much or you just fall and die. Trying to go into the foreground and off to the left a little bit for the platform down there. The collision's not loaded, you just fall through the level and die. But what we can do is we can try to get over here. Doesn't work again, you just die. And just to show it off, same will happen for the other side. Even if you try to go through the middle, you still die. Now, as I load up the other save state, without the green gem, there's nothing too interesting we can do here, unless there's some undiscovered tech for infinite movement height, in which we would not be able to get the green gem, or we wouldn't need to get the green gem, I should say, and it would make the run a little bit shorter, at least for any percent. You can't jump here for some reason. Collision's not properly set up on this one in particular, but we can't stand here and we can't stand anywhere else on the big chute. Now the most interesting thing I was able to find is if we do the same thing, like the blue coil one with the green gem, we just come over here and we're standing along here. All this is solid ground. If we jump a little bit, oops, you can get into this part of the wall here. And this is all solid, you can walk around in here. And there's a ceiling right there. There's not much we can do. However, if we were able to find some way to, say, climb up a wall, as if collision wasn't set up very properly and we could just keep mashing jump, we could end the level early by coming up through the floor and then exiting the level. You just die if you go that way too. You also die if you go to the right, there's no floor there. The game doesn't like to load collision that's out of view. The next one's pretty useless too, but it looks goofy. Alright? Right here, we can jump onto the front of this cage and just up. This is technically out of bounds. That doesn't have any collision on it. And we can jump into the foreground a bit, and I wasn't supposed to land there. That's new. But we can land on the back portion of the wall here. Just kind of walk around. Nothing too interesting with the hot pipes, there's no collision anywhere around them. You just kind of get stuck, or you'll just bounce off of them and then die with the next hit. There's some weird collision going on with these. You just watch Crash's feet. Crash just gets stuck here. Jump out of it. Can't stand a little bit right there. And I'm also not sure what this orange platform's supposed to be. It's just kind of there. Probably an asset that's not fully loaded for the rest of the level. Now with these vertical pipes, if you jump into the foreground and then try to get back into them, if you have an Aku Aku, normally you should be able to damage boost off of them for like a double jump, so to speak. But that just doesn't happen with these, and you get stuck in them and die. Nothing too remarkable there. This platform right here, you'd think you'd be able to jump on it and not, but if you've tried it before, none of that's solid, you just fall and die. With this right here, this is actually the platform at the start of the level off to the right of us. The developers put an invisible wall so we can't actually try and even jump around it. Of course, this full back wall is solid. Can't jump behind it either. Even if we try to jump on top of it, Crash doesn't go high enough to be able to hit it. So we don't know if there's an improper collision set up there to be able to jump on the side of that grate and be able to make it around. But might as well try it. But if we try this, nothing. Now the invisible wall there actually seems to be a little bit in front of the barrier there, so it doesn't block us from moving right. It would instead block us from moving back onto it. In later portions of the level, invisible walls would just prevent us from moving either into the foreground or left or right in weird places. So if we look down a little bit here, there's a platform right below us that you'd think we'd be able to reach. We can't do it, there's just a gigantic kill plane and the collision's not loaded for those anyways. So right about there we can see it, but we just can't reach it. Nothing too wonky we can do here. Try to go over here, there's just an invisible wall. Can't do it. Same for here. This is the one that'll prevent us from moving left or right too far. Can't do it. Same for here. But we can stand on this a little bit. Again, like the other one, not too useful. Just kind of a goofy thing with this game. With these, there's a weird glitch for the camera transitions actually. And if I can get it, we can get ourselves stuck in the pipe. There we go. We just need to jump to exit it. No big deal. Alright, to get the camera glitch to occur, just stand over here. And actually, oh, we might be able to do it that way too. There we go. We're just able to kind of walk around down there, but since I can't see Crash, I have no idea what I'm doing over here, and it's not useful. It does seem to go for quite a long way though. Oh, nothing too spectacular we can do with this launch pad either. Just kind of bonk the ceiling. Try to go into the foreground. Nothing. Also a big ceiling there too. Nothing spectacular we can do on these walls either. No places we can get a foothold on it. So the interesting thing about this grate in particular, I know I said in the Discord chat that all the grates can be used to clip out of the map. This one's kind of an exception. So it's not solid, but it has a ceiling. You just kind of jump through it. However, this last bit here actually is solid. Crash just can't go through it. But he can go into it. pretty dumb glitch. Not really any good uses. Unless, of course, you'd be able to find a foothold on there, which I haven't been able to, and get up to the top of it. And even then, I doubt its purpose. Checkpoint there. Nothing too spectacular for about the rest of the level, sadly. So, for this part, since it's like right at the end of the level, I desperately tried to find something of use here. For the longest time, I just couldn't. And I know these platforms in particular can get a little weird. And just look at that. I should be getting killed. So really, if you just want a safe strat for these things, just... Well, don't do that, but you can just stand on the edge of them, like pretty much everything else in this level. The attempted extension of that kind of clip. You can stand on this hot pipe for some reason, but not this one. Weird. And this one. But as soon as we walk forward, we die. There we go. Alright, so the goal, I think, to do that one is to move left a little bit while you're doing it to get the camera to transition to move downward and then load this part of the wall. And once you've done that, you can just land on it. If not, you just fall to your death. I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure. But can move out to the right. And we're just kind of stuck here a little bit. If I try jumping, I can mash back up to my current position, which is pretty similar to the Sunset Vista clip. But if we could find some way to do that with the other clip I found, we might be able to skip Green Gem entirely, as I keep saying, and then just jump all the way up to the exit platform, which would be really neat. We can go into the foreground a bit and land here. Camera won't transition until we move this way though, and then the rest of the conveyor belt won't load and we die. So that's all I really have to show off about the level. And if anyone else finds anything of interest, please tell me, or put it in the Crash Speedrunning Discord, or even the just please let people know. Thanks. Normally I just make a regular video and kind of like splice it together, but I don't feel like paying for Sony Vegas.